I'm about to reveal a secret to you, an ingredient that is missing from most of the success formulas out there today, which is why they don't work. Without this magic ingredient, your dreams and goals fall flat, no matter what they are or how long you've had them. But with this magic ingredient, you can accomplish anything and everything you want to. And it's called self-discipline.
People ask me all the time, what does it take to be happy? And I always tell them it's really simple. One word, progress. Progress equals happiness. If you keep growing, you're going to feel alive. And if you keep growing, you're going to have more to give. It doesn't matter how many statues, Oscars they give you, or Emmys, or how much money you have in the bank. We've all seen people have all those things, and I get the phone call because they're depressed, or somebody commits suicide in that area. It's really an inner game, and I think that's what's missing for us today. Everybody's focusing on the outside world, and hell, there's a lot of things in the outside world you'll never be able to control. You can influence, but you can't control it. This, your mind, your emotions, your body, you have 100% control over what you do with these things, and that's where the game is won.
What is controlling your thoughts? What is enslaving you? Is it the television set? Feeding your mind images of what life should be? Is it the internet drawing you in and controlling your time? Is it drugs or alcohol numbing your brain and diminishing your desires? Or is it weakness, a lack of discipline that prevents you from accomplishing what you want to accomplish? Wherever focus goes, energy flows, so why don't we tap into that power now for your business and life? So many people have lost their day to distraction. What are some things you need to immediately stop doing in your life? Is it social media?
There are several disciplines that you need to develop if you want to achieve your full potential.
So the first discipline of all is the discipline of clear thinking versus fuzzy thinking. You know, sometimes you've heard me ask, what is the highest paid work in America? What's the most important work in any job or any company? And the answer is thinking. The quality of your thinking determines the quality of your decisions and choices. Your decisions and choices determine the actions you take. The actions you take determine your results. Your results determine the quality of your life. And it all starts with your thinking clearly.
A little story that was in the papers recently. Warren Buffett, who is one of the richest men in the world, and Bill Gates, who is the richest man in the world, and Bill Gates Sr. were at a dinner party, and the three of them are good friends, and they were talking. And a gentleman came up to them and said, you know, I was looking at you, and you gentlemen are very successful. What would you say is the most important quality of success? And all three, according to a bystander, all three broke off their conversation and turned and simultaneously said, focus.
I think passion is the genesis of genius. If you've got enough passion, you're going to find answers nobody else does. But most people run out of fuel, meaning they get tired, they get exhausted, they get burnt out, they get, the law of familiarity. They're around something so much they take it a little bit for granted. And I've managed to see something in myself that I found in every great leader that I've ever respected, and that is I value intelligence immensely, but I know really smart people can't fight their way out of a paper bag pragmatically, right? What I see as the one common denominator of people that are successful over a lifetime is the sustained hunger. Hunger is the number one factor.
There are no gains. Can't make millions of dollars if you don't make millions sacrifice. You're gonna need to cut some fat. If you want life to change, if you want to show me you want to win that bad pack, your calendar, because everything is based off of activity, very few people want to show their calendar, because if they did, you would realize who really wants to win that and who doesn't. It's mathematically impossible for you not to win at the highest level if your calendar is packed from day till night. Every single day, the entire year, day after day after day after day after day, without you winning. Champions are focused on the goal. They don't have time to be doing stuff that's not going to help you toward the goal. And so what you're focusing on throughout the course of the day, it has to change. What you're looking at, what you're reading, what you're watching, the conversation you have. You must loudly focused on your dreams. You must be focused on your goals.
How many times have you said, if I just thought about that a little bit more, I wouldn't have done it? Or if I just thought a bit better, or I just taken time to think? Well, superior people, through experience and through painful experience, learn to take their time in making important decisions. So one of the very best ways that you can develop the discipline of clear thinking is to sit in solitude for 30 to 60 minutes when you have a major problem or a major issue in your life. This is what happens for you in solitude.
You'll start to go calm, and all the energy, all the fidgetiness will disappear, and you'll just go calm. And it's almost like a bucket full of silty water. It'll sit there, and if you leave it sit there for a while, the water goes completely clear. And this is what happens to your mind. Your mind goes completely clear. And after the 30-minute point, what will happen is ideas will start to flow like a river.
I would be more likely to be successful than if I did not start anything. Like when you squat, the first time you squat, you're orienting yourself to your environment. You're barely actually squatting. You're just looking like you have a bar on your back. But you learn so much between that first rep and your 10,000th rep.
You have to be, in my own language, willing to stare nakedly at your inadequacies.
Yeah.
And if you can stare nakedly at your inadequacies, then you can actually get better.
I think most people have a dramatic underestimation of how much volume it takes to be successful, right? They're like, okay, I should go on 5 dates and then find the girl I'm going to marry. Like, what if it was 500?
Do not cast power to your excuses. Own your circumstances, because no one else will.
I think the difference between rich people and poor people, successful people, not successful people, is the degree to which they give power to their circumstance.
When you were great, you don't focus on me when you were great. You don't focus on a month when you were great. If you don't focus on here, you concentrate on the 24 hours that's in front of you and you live. And the problem with some of you all is you want somebody else to support your dream. It's yours, it's your dream. If you wanted to have it, get your butt up and make it happen. If you wanted to have it, rise and grind. If you wanted to have it, you won't have to do what I do, and that's get up at 3 o'clock in the morning cause. It's my time, this is my moment tomorrow. Tomorrow ain't no such thing as tomorrow, we only got today. I ain't putting my dream on nobody else, and I don't care what nobody think about my dog or dream. It's your dream. Nobody's gonna see it like you do it. Nobody's gonna be as dedicated to it as you are. It's your dream.
You know, Aristotle once said that wisdom, which is the greatest of all human desires, wisdom is the ability to make good decisions, is a combination of experience plus reflection. Experience plus reflection. In other words, you have an experience and then you reflect on the experience and you think about, what does that experience mean to me? How can I use that? What can I learn from it? So reflecting on your experiences, and the best way to do that is to go for a walk. Just going for a walk where you can't listen to anything, don't take an iPod or anything, just go for a walk, 30 or 60 minutes, and just walk. And while you're talking and reflecting upon something that's going on at work or at home, you'll be amazed at the quality of ideas that will come into your mind. A good way to think better is to ask, especially if you're frustrated or having difficulties, ask, what are my assumptions? What am I assuming about this situation that may not be correct? What are my basic assumptions about this relationship, about this job, about this product or service or this investment? What if my assumptions were wrong? Then what would I do?